Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to Unit Lost. I am Stylosa and let's talk about quick play and the possibility of having a one hero limit in quick play. Now there's a very interesting comment from Jeff Kaplan on the official games forums and it reads as such. We're really glad that people are enjoying the one hero limit in competitive play so much. We were extremely nervous about implementing it and we were relieved that it was received so positively. We know there is a strong desire for the same rule in quick play. We have some ideas of how we might introduce this concept without removing the ability for people to enjoy the game the way they do now. It's not something we're moving super fast on because we know there are people who enjoy the game both ways and we want to make sure that everyone is represented. But we hear you. We're actively exploring how to have the best of both worlds for folks right now. Alright, this is really interesting. The footage you're looking at in the background is Icon Bolt on the PTR. Now, currently, the way you play Icon Bolt on the PTR reliably is you join the PTR's Brawl, which is Storm the Castle. It puts you on the Icon Bolt map, but crucially, this has a one hero limit. And to me, this makes the quick play experience much better. You don't get like 3 or 4 Genjis on one team or 5 Hanzos or anything like that. So to me, it gives more of like, almost like a light competitive feel to it because that's how I like to play the game. But this is the very interesting part of the quote from Jeff where he says it's not something we're moving super fast on because we know there are people who enjoy the game both ways. So they obviously want to keep hero stacking in the game and then they also don't want it in the game because people enjoy different things, right? Now this is the beauty of Overwatch. I enjoy playing competitively. Loads of people out there enjoy quick play. People probably enjoy playing against the AI or maybe custom games with their friends or anything like that. There's a load of different ways to enjoy this game. So the worst thing that Blizzard could actually do would be like, okay, quick play is now one hero limit. I do not want them to do that, even though I just said I did, but I'll elaborate on that in a second. I don't want them to just go into the game in its current state right now and go, right, one hero limit is everywhere, because that will severely piss people off who play quick play a lot. Because quick play is the fun game mode. Competitive is still fun. The only difference with competitive is, well, I mean, the clue's in the name, right? It's competitive. It's more high energy. It's more like do or die. It's less sort of relaxing to play, whereas you can jump into quick play and have a good time. You might not know what's going to happen. Could be 5 Winstons. It could be something funny, you know, and all of that stuff. So let's just go back to my rather strange comment of, yeah, I want this and I don't want this. What I want them to do is I want different kinds of quick play, and this is sort of extends to competitive as well, because with quick play you should be able to have like an unrestricted quick play mode, which is kind of what we've got now, where you can select any hero. Then there should be quick play one hero limit, right? I think that would work totally fine. Then there should be quick play team, where you can play as a team. This is like when I'm going to go into my whole thing about competitive now, and that was quite a nice graviton surge there. I want to be able to play competitive in a team that has different team ratings compared to just individual ratings in competitive, because it's skewed, right? If I was a Genji main, I would be a much higher rank than if I was like, I don't know, a Zarya main or a Lucio main or something like that, because the Genji main is probably going to be able to wipe out, or you know, wipe out teams or do things like that. So it's going to it sort of skews the results, right? Because I firmly believe, especially based off season 1 results, you might have players who are like in the low 70s but are equally as good as players in the 80s, because you know, maybe they've been playing classes which don't, you know, they're not the flashy classes that get all the kills and all of that stuff. So I think having a team rating where you play together in a team and everybody gets the same rating would fix that issue for competitive. And this can be extended to quick play, because I want to see different gameplay modes. Like quick play is cool, right? It's good to go into quick play in its current mode. You know, it's just like a sort of a fun game to play. You're obviously going to try, like always try. Don't just sit AFK in the spawn or do something totally stupid. You're going to try, but you're going to see more wacky things. You're not going to see the standard meta, which is just sort of like the standard acceptable way that the game is played in competitive, which trickles down from the way it's played in the esports scene. Whereas in quick play, you will see like a lot of bastions or really funky builds. Like you might see 1 support instead of like the usual 2 support, which you would generally see every single time you play competitive. So it's fun for that. You know, I do like it how it is. I just think there is a lot of ways they can improve on the sort of the quick play experience we've got right now. We're giving us different ways to play the game, because there are, like, I mean, you could even go further, right? You could say, what about League of Legends, right? I believe in League of Legends. Now, do correct me if I'm wrong, guys. It's been a long time since I played this game, and I think this feature was only being added to the game as I stopped playing. but you can select the type of role that you want to do. In fact, maybe World of Warcraft is a better example of this, where you can say, I'm DPS, and you queue for a dungeon as DPS. Maybe you can queue for a quick play game as a support, and the game will always try and put like maybe 2 supports together. But then maybe that's not what they want to do with quick play, because who says that 2 supports is what you want to do? You know, so this is where it gets confusing. There is a standard way to play the game in competitive, but in quick play this sort of just goes out of the window, and it's more of a fun experience. Now, I'm not saying it's a worse experience. Please don't get me wrong, guys. I'm not like, oh yeah, if you don't play competitive then you're crap at the game. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that there's different ways of playing the game. So I mean, if you were playing competitive, you would expect to see 2 support, a tank, an off tank, a flanker, DPS. You know, that's kind of what you would see. You wouldn't be seeing like 4 tanks, because that wouldn't probably be enough damage. You wouldn't be seeing 1 support. Hell, you wouldn't be seeing no support. Whereas in quick play, you might get no support, and it might work. You know, it might work. There's nothing saying that these things won't work and they're not the way to play the game, because Overwatch is such a brilliant game, and there's loads of different ways of enjoying the game. And I think McCree steals my health. I'm like, McCree, come on. I mean, admittedly, I don't really need it because my shields have regenerated, but I mean, McCree, please. Please, McCree. Please, McCree. I think I resigned the fact he was going to take it, and then I just let him take it. See, that's quick play, though, right? We're having the laugh, we're having a good time. Now it's back to the action. Whereas competitive, or at least to me, competitive always seems a little bit crazy. Like, I think, to be honest, I probably am a little bit too intense when I play competitive. If I was a little bit more chilled out, probably would find it a little bit easier to play through. But that being said, the whole point of this video is talking about a possible 1 hero limit in quick play. I want you guys to let me know how you think this could play out. Now, obviously, I've gave some examples here of having like different types of queues, which obviously can be extended to competitive with different, like, you know, I mean, if we just talk about quick play, like a full team quick play, a solo quick play, a quick play 1 hero limit, you know, a quick play sort of unrestricted, which is what we've got at the moment, and then sort of going through that. Now, the only danger with this is maybe they don't want to sort of dilute your options too much, because I know Blizzard don't want you waiting a very long time to join a game. Like, if you're sitting there in a queue for like 3 minutes, that's bad. The game's not done a very good job of finding you a game. So if they start splitting up the queues, then maybe it's going to take, and holy hell, that was a lot of ultimates, maybe it's going to take more time for you to find a game, and that's going to impact on your experience as a player. See, because you have to remember, Blizzard, they have to, the primary thing in Blizzard's mind is creating a great experience for the player. And if you're sitting there in a menu screen waiting for a match to be joined, then that's not great, and Blizzard haven't really done a good job there. So, you know, and there's other sides to that argument. Like, people be like, look, listen, I'd wait in a queue for 5, 6, 7 minutes if it means I get into a game which is going to have players who are going to, you know, play properly or something like that. I don't know. It's just, there's so many different sides to this argument. But the great thing is they are actually working on this. We know they've prioritized Season 2. Season 2 has had quite a few changes on the PTR at the moment as well, especially with the way XP has been gained, because there was problems with supports not getting as much XP as like straight up DPS classes. I think Zenyatta was okay because he could do damage and he could heal and all of that, whereas Lucio was getting really shafted because Lucio's damage is not the greatest. But yeah, as far as quick play goes, I like quick play where it is right now. I would like the option to play different types of quick play, almost with like different types of rules. I mean, maybe they could really go crazy and start. I mean, I know we've got the brawl system, and the brawls do have some interesting rule sets, which, you know, are fine to play. Most of the brawls, though, I think we'll agree, are pretty mediocre, and it generally takes a hell of a long time to find a game when you're looking for a brawl. Whereas with quick play, you get games really quick. Now, I know we're currently in the downtime from the competitive season, so anybody who was exclusively playing competitive would be playing quick play now, so I guess like when the competitive season starts up again, quick play might be a little bit slower. But still, it is fast to find you a game. Alright guys, I want you to let me know what you think about this in the comments below. I think it's a great subject to speak about, because quick play it has to be the most played gameplay mode in the game by far. And it's interesting to see that Blizzard are looking at ways to sort of beef this up and sort of change the experience as well. Alright guys, I've been Stylosa. This is Unit Lost. If you like the video, then like the video. You can follow me on Twitter, which is @UnitLostGaming. And I'll catch you next time, guys. Toodaloo.